I'm going to take you a little walk down the garden today. What I'm going to do is empty the compost bucket, and I want to show you something. This is what we have outside the kitchen door, as you can see. It's a compost bucket. It's one of the roadside or curbside buckets, but we don't have a curbside collection like that. What we have is a full-size wheelie. It's the one with the brown lid, and the food waste goes in there. So what we're going to do is just go and empty this bucket today. I don't have a lot of food waste. I have mainly tea bags and fruit and vegetable scraps, really. The grass is starting to grow back. Let's just, after being so dry, it's a bit patchy, but it's starting to grow back there. So yeah, we have mainly fruit and veggie peelings and tea bags, coffee grinds, and obviously a lot of paper goes in to make up the balance, and things like, see all these like dead leaves, they all go in. Right, what I want to show you, this is the bin. It's just one of the bog standard black bins. We were given them free by the council in, I think it was the year 2000. But I want to see if, how you get worms in your compost bin? We have never had so many worms as we've got at the moment. I want to see if they're all, if you're worm phobic, look away. They are everywhere, absolutely everywhere. There was massive clumps of them on here the other day. I don't know if you see all the bits on the bottom of the lid. I don't know if that's like worm poo or what, I don't know. But yeah, they go all around the rim. So let's empty the compost bin. Yeah, come on. And they were tiny at one point. It's like they'd had an explosion of baby worms, like all at the same time. So I'm going to empty my bucket in. Oh, do you know what? I've left my fork down. Let's just go and get my fork, because that does need a good turnover. I've got a plastic fork that I usually keep by the bin, but I keep forgetting to bring it up. But I've also got a better fork. I've got like a metal handled fork, but I don't keep that out because I guess it could maybe rust, I don't know. So I keep that in my little box with my bird bits and bobs. There's my plastic one. Box, bits and pieces in. There's my fork. Right. Top the bird seed balls up the other day. They're going through those really quickly. I'll top those up again before we go away. It's really annoying because we go away at the end of this week, like is it next Friday, and then 2 weeks away, so we come back on like a Friday, and then on the Monday I've got jewellery service. I've already deferred it from when we were in Scotland, but what a week for them to choose just right when we come back. Right, just make sure I'm not leaning on any worms. I'm just going to give it a stir. I don't know if I can actually stir and put my phone in very easily. Let's give it a stir around. I know you have to do this, but I hate the thought of how many worms I'll probably cut in half. But unfortunately, it has to be done. You have to give it a stir and sort of aerate it a bit. But I expect that I mean, it's been really brilliant over the summer. Look at the worms in it. Can you see them all wiggling? I'm guessing that now it's going to really slow down because obviously the heat's gone. I've never been able to keep it going very well over the winter. It'll just sort of be dormant. But look how nicely it's all composted down. It's fabulous. First time this year that it's actually really composted down. We did stop using it for a while because we had, I think it was, oh, if you can see, this big tree here next to me, we had that chopped down, not chopped down, what do you call it, trimmed, and they took all the branches and everything away, but they chipped it all, so we were left with a huge pile of like sawdusty stuff that they didn't take away. And I think it was after mix accident, so we couldn't do a lot with it, so we just dumped it in here. So I had literally a layer of just like sawdust, and of course that's no good for composting because it needs to be, you know, a good mix, and it was too much of it to mix in, so we just left it for a few years. When we came back to it, I think it was last year, about November time, no, maybe about September time, and I really tried to mix it in, and bit by bit, eventually after a few weeks, I managed to get it all mixed in, and this is the result over the summer. It has made the most beautiful compost, so I want to give it a good aerate today. Oop, lots of worms. Whew. Yeah, you need lots more paper than you do like food waste, so I'm always like spud ends there, I think they've grown. I'm always like not composting, cutting down bits of paper. I've got a, oh my goodness, where you put paper, shredder. Oh, I've got mud all over my top now. Yeah, shredder. So I shred all the paper. Loads of worms there. Loads of them. So I shred all the paper, like my odd bits and pieces from my crafting, and then I I've got a snail. I've got a snail on the lid. Oh, I love snails. He's appeared since I just put the bucket down. Let's give him a new home. Oh, hello. Oh, I do love snails. Where should we put him? I don't know what sort of things they like. Let's put him over here on some nice greenery. There we go. I should put him. No, don't fall off. Oh, he's gone down there. He's there. He'll be fine. Oh, I do like snails. That's one thing you don't get in the compost bin. You don't get snails. Well, I've never seen one anyway. Right, so I don't think we need to water that before we go. It's still quite wet. I'll check it again in a couple of days. Oh. But yeah, as I say, we don't have a lot of food scraps, but the only thing we don't put in is citrus, because it alters the pH of the compost apparently, it doesn't work, and onions. It's just the gardener's going to get that bed done for us, get something nice in there. That's my little Griff. I love Griff. Right. This one handed. No, that's not on properly. There we go. I like this because the handle, when the handle's up, it locks the bin, so it locks it on the side. So it's not as easy for, say, a fox or something to knock it over. We've never had anything trying to get into it. Put that back. And back in we go.